Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald bringing you a reading today, Friday, July 25th, 2025 out of the Astrology Answers Tarot deck. And today our card is Temperance. I'm feeling very drawn to the chalice in this card and the water creating this flow like energy. Really loving this card for us today. Leo season is well underway, and I feel as though this is a pivotal time in our lives where we could be redefining ourselves, and this is very much an energy that's coming through with this card today. I feel as though you're surrounded by a lot of golden light at this time. This could really be a time of healing for you. Healing specifically, not just old wounds, but there's some resentments that are kind of surfacing to gather awareness about ourselves and why we operate the way that we operate. And so to feel it and heal it and really bring things into balance, because that's what this card is about. There's a lot of balance energy here for us. Very drawn to this golden chalice, of course. And in the golden chalice is the water. Water can be very representative of our emotions. So, and with our Mercury retrograde, it's kind of highlighting this introspection that we're going through right now. But I feel as though this is hopes and dreams and emotions coming in with this as well. Something that you're really wanting to achieve for yourself. Perhaps there was a time in your life where you were envious of others, thinking, my gosh, they have a lot of different opportunities presented to them, and perhaps there is this feeling of, well, they were born into a family that was well off and thereby they have different opportunities than maybe you at that time, right? So this is just really kind of highlighting some of those economic disparities that you've witnessed and, grown through, right? Where you're feeling as though maybe you were feeling as though you weren't as good at something that this other person was doing because they were given a different opportunity, when in fact it was something that they were they kind of had an edge over you because of maybe somebody that they knew, right? And so it wasn't really a good character representation or of you or your abilities. And so I feel like you're feeling as though this is like a time to really get after it, a time to chase your dreams, right? Really go after those gains where you're wanting to connect with a different version of yourself. Perhaps a different version than you turned out to be at this point in time. It's something as though I feel like you're feeling like it's out of time. You're out of time. I gotta get going. This has to happen like right now, right? It's something that you're wanting, a version of yourself that you're wanting to connect to, but you're feeling like it's just out of your grasp. That's what I'm feeling with that. And you feel this so strongly. I really feel like this is something that you're feeling down to your bones. Like you feel it at your core of who you are. And that is just representative, of course, of how it's meant to be, right? This is really meant for you. And something that's meant for you, you do not have to chase. It will come to you. And I love that energy for you. So you might be sitting in a space where you're feeling like, my gosh, I feel this. This is such a great opportunity. When it presents, you're going to feel it, you're going to know it, and you're going to know that that's the right opportunity for you. But you also will have a little bit of a reservation, feeling like maybe this is too good to be true, right? And, it's something that you're drawn to because you were meant to live on purpose. And specifically when, spiritually speaking, we say living in our purpose, where you're doing things that you were meant to do, right? When you came into this life. But it specifically came through as living on purpose. And so this is really highlighting the need for us to really be mindful of our thoughts, be mindful of our intentions and what we set out to do, because you have to be able to believe it to achieve it. Okay, so, but this is definitely your time to shine. So, things in the past maybe didn't align for you, and you judged the situation and you had a little bit of envy toward others in the past because you didn't believe that you could have what they have, when in fact it's been available to you all along. It is about being able to tap into ourselves and how we feel and knowing that it's there for us and we deserve it. And if there's anything that's keeping us from it, it's because we aren't able to believe that it can happen for us. So that's where things kind of went wrong, trying to pull in and connect with this different version of yourself that you're wanting to be and who you're meant to be, really, honestly, too. So, but you will be sitting in a space where you're going to feel like you have the best of both worlds, right? Like all of your hopes and your dreams, everything that you could have ever hoped for is going to come into fruition for you. And you're going to see that happening in real time, and it's going to be super exciting. You've done a lot of work in the past, okay? Know that you've been guided each and every single step that you've taken, and you've faced those fears. This is really working out in your favor, right? Where perhaps you took those steps and did those actions and you really weren't sure what the outcome was going to be. You just did it on like blind faith, and now it's paying off for you, okay? So you took that risk and it's paying off. Every single step along the way that you faced those challenges, you faced those fears, you did it head on, right? And so now on a spiritual level, you realize, my gosh, I've been able to push myself further than I ever have before. I've strived for so much more than I ever have in the past. And I believe that it's here for me. I believe it's possible now. And so you come to a space where you realize, my gosh, I've succeeded at this, and this. I only have this left, and I will be exactly where I want to be, right? And so it's almost like you found your footing. So each step that you took, and I feel like I see like someone taking a step, putting a foot on a rock, kind of crossing a creek. And so the rocks are lined up, and you have to do the next one, and the next one, and the next one until you get to the other side. And so each rock, each step that you took, you found your footing, and you're really starting to get in the flow of it, and you'll be on the other side in no time. So this is a really great place. Each step that you're taking, you're really anchoring and grounding those hopes and dreams into your physical, into the reality here. And so as you do those things, it starts to become integrated into your belief system because you've allowed yourself with each of those steps. Well, my gosh, I've come this far. Why can't I take this next step? And so you've allowed yourself to sit into a space where you can speculate, like, what if I took that step? What's the worst thing that could happen? And as you did that, it opened you up to more and more possibilities, and you were holding space for yourself for things to show up. Okay. And, I really feel like, looking back, of course, here at the chalice, it is a time where you've increased your capacity then to believe and to receive those blessings. And so the cup runneth over, which is a beautiful space. So I hear that song by Kid Cudi, Pursuit of Happiness, with this, right? Like, there's not going to be any risk or any reward without a risk, right? So anything that requires risk has the potential to have a greater reward on the other side of that as well. So you feel like you could die trying. You could feel like, my gosh, I've pushed myself to my limits and I just don't know how much further I can go. But know that it's not going to be easy at times. This is something that you really have to work for, and you have to really want it. And again, it's about having that right mindset. So be mindful not to project into the future about what that next step is, not to criticize yourself about steps you've taken in the past to get you to where you are today. It's about really staying present, staying focused, and allowing the fears or focus for the past or the future to kind of fall by the wayside, because every now is a new beginning. And that was a beautiful message that came through from Spirit. So it starts with you. It starts with your thoughts. And as you work through that, it's time, you realize, for you to get out there and go after it. Okay, so beautiful read here for us today. I do so hope that this resonates for you. As always, please don't hesitate to hit me up in the comments. Let me know how this resonates for you, how things are working out. And if you feel inclined to share, I would, of course, appreciate that as well, to share with a friend that might be in need of hearing this message. And as always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.